Good evening, everybody. Good evening. We are now live. Sorry about that. That was me in charge of controls. It should never happen. I'm not used to 5 people on one stream. So, good evening to everybody in chat. Good evening to everyone that's come on the show. Very warm welcome to all of you. I've got some names on 2 of you. TVP, like no one knows who he is, and Matt. Kira. So I wonder if I can put a name on yours. 1 second. Ooh, no, I don't want that. Shall I just leave it? Kira is at the bottom left, and Roy is at the top right. That's green. So, a quick welcome to people in chat. Mick King, good evening. Bill, good evening. Daniel, good evening. Tina, hello. Scott Lee, Stuart, Graham, Louis, Salford, how are you, Salford? Scott Lee again. A lot of these are duplicates. I'll scroll through. If I miss anyone, I'm sorry. Very sorry. Always sorry. Bill Richards, good evening. Stuart said. Dion, I haven't said. YouTube's just told me I'm live. Well done, me. Rufus, good evening, Rufus. Peter 247, good evening. Murray. This could be the one and only time I catch up with chat. Albert, good evening. You never know.
I can
Scott Lee, Paul, Mark, late as always. Well, it wasn't your fault, Mark. It was a different Mark. It was my fault. And Anthony, and Tony even, Stuart, Lynn, good evening. My other spanner. Stop saying hello, everyone, then I can get through. I'm nearly there. And Peter, good evening, Peter. It's not smoke, good evening. Oh, you, don't be so bloody rude. you down the bottom right. Oh, my word. Tiberiu, I'm going to go with that. Good evening, anyway. A very warm welcome to you. And that's Jackie Chan. That's it. I caught up. End of show. So, good evening.
3 weeks ago, Mark.
Sorry?
Those comments were from 3 weeks ago.
Oh,
yeah, fucking hell.
That is harsh. Everyone's always harsh about me not keeping up. It's Norfolk. We don't keep. So, moving from there, we'll go top and all the way around that way, I think. Roy, what are you vaping on tonight, sir?
I'm on the Vupu Argus, the Vupu Pod on top, Vupu Drag S. In those, I've got some Momo, lemon, and some other stuff. And last but not least, the Unicorn Vert with the nest sitting on top of it. And in that, I have got some Gumball.
Gumball, yeah, I saw your review of the Gumball. Not a flavour that I'd ever really thought of, but it actually seemed right. Was it nice?
For blueberry raspberry, it actually is. It's really, really nice. It's just full of flavours, but then you get the candiness kicking in afterwards, sort of like a Gumball, which it did take me by surprise. I wasn't expecting much whenever it was
That's
just
what you said on the review, yeah. Yeah, anyone who wants to catch that review, have a look at Roy's channel. Mark, welcome, Mark. What are you vaping on tonight?
Me?
Yeah, Mark, aren't you?
Yeah. Welcome, everybody. So I've only got a couple of things. I'm on the Smoke Scar 18 and the Supreme version 3, which is Supreme, by the way. I'm also on the Ultrona Fallout with the Plus version 2. That's it. Got Just Jam and the black inside the. Sorry, I've got no Nest, Mark. I actually cleaned it out yesterday. Apologies.
That's all right. It's not a problem. So I'm liking the Dado rail, Mark. All decorating, all done.
Well, I don't know. You've cut half my fucking shelves off, haven't you?
Do you want to be zoomed out a bit?
Zoom me out a bit, man. Come on. Put up all these shelves up. Look.
He's always moaning, isn't he? Always moaning. Let's see if I can zoom you out. That's fade. Zoom.
You can put them up where I am, and then.
Trouble is, I lose the top bit, Mark. That's the problem. That'll do.
Well, yeah, that'll have to do, won't it?
Yeah. I'm sorry. This is such a shoddy. shoddy transmission. I do apologise. Matt, good evening to you.
Good evening, mate. I'm on the mix at the minute.
Yeah.
With the old Aries on.
You like that, don't you, the old Aries?
I do like that. Yeah. I like the Aries as well. I got the T-Class out, which has got some ropey old tank on it, which somebody might know.
It's got two letters to that tank, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's got the FP on it.
Yeah.
I got the Ragnar out as well, so we've got that one. And I've got your Nest on there at the minute.
Oh, I'm glad someone turned up with a Nest. Two out of three ain't bad, as they say.
You give it to the wrong review. You give it to the wrong reviewers, Matt. I told you. Why don't you give Jules one? Come on.
Now. He just can't. You can't help yourself, can you?
Huh?
The winter break has done you good, obviously. Right, lovely. And Kira, would you like to tell us what you're vaping on?
The last remaining where's it gone? There,
yeah,
Caliban. Yeah. I'm still getting used to this camera. Caliban. In that one, I've got IVG, Forestberry Ice, and then I have a Scepter, and in that I have some Pod Squad, Shy Tots, Long and Slow, and then I have the Gen S with on a bit the Raptor on it. Oh shit! And I've just spanked it across the room. Never mind. And then I do that quite frequently. I have some of this stuff. Some True Juice.
I recognise that bottle.
I thought you might recognise that.
Sure,
Thank you.
It should be the other way around, but it doesn't matter.
That's a what?
It's all right. When you held the True Juice up and Roy's, they're mirrored. They're not the right way round. Because I've mirrored your cameras.
Oh, is it better if I do it like that?
No, it should look like that. It's all right. It doesn't matter. Okay. So have you tried, for those that don't know, I sent I had to send a parcel to prize winners for Kira to pass on from the Misfit show on Sunday night. I put 2 prizes up there, and bizarrely 2 people, well, Kira will explain that in a little while. It was quite bizarre. But including that, I happened to hear Kira saying she was vaping some mango juice, so I thought I'd send her a bottle of mine, see if she liked it. So a bit early days, I think, but have you tried it yet then, or was it in there?
I have tried it because...
Dare I ask?
Dare you ask? I don't know, dare you? How brave are you feeling?
Let me just get the red button hovering over you. Right, okay, off you go.
Yeah, everybody knows mango like vaping cat piss, though.
It has got...
I did nothing at one point other than vape mango ice flavoured because nothing else tasted nice, right? I got so sick to death of flavours that were on the market and they all tasted the same or just got so used to them, right?
Yeah.
And then it was almost like one day I just got up, went to vape this mango juice and it tasted like grass. So I was like, no, I'm not doing it. I can't vape it. All mangoes are now shot, right? So I had the one from obviously Jane at Shy Tots as a pod juice, and that's quite nice. I can't deny that, right? So then Mark gets a good idea in his head, or he thinks it's a good idea, and then sends me this, which is mango, peach, and papaya, right? Now mango, obviously I'm 50-50 on peach. I love. Papaya, I'm sat there going, oh shit, I hope he's got it right. Do you know what? It's bloody lovely.
Oh, that's all right. You can stay on.
It's bloody lovely. It weren't what I was expecting, and it doesn't vape how I was expecting it
One
to.
of my favourites, to be honest. So I was quite confident. That and the one that Mike MF did, the blackcurrant raspberry and lime. That's probably my main favourite, but mango is close up behind it, which is why I thought I'd give you a whirl. So I'm chuffed with that. That's good. No, I know what Mark means. It does. A lot of mango juice is cat's. There's an odour of cat's pee, isn't there, Mark? It smells.
Yeah, it's rotten.
Smells funny.
I don't mind the flavour on some. I used to like the Malaysian stuff with the cooling in mango, but the after smell it's just cat piss. Smells like a litter tray.
So perhaps that's that grass that you're getting. Perhaps that's where the cat has been.
Maybe. Maybe.
You never know. You never know. So what am I vaping on? I am on just nothing really that new. The dot mod with a dot shell inside. After having Roy on my show last week and him teasing me with the unicorn mod, I thought I did like the look of it, so I thought I'd better go and get one. And here's the box. You're right, Roy. It's a cracking mod, isn't it? And I think so much so we'll probably be stocking them very shortly. So yeah, I'm chuffed with that. Thanks for that.
It's so comfortable in the hand. It just really just sits lovely in the hand.
Yeah, it's a good mod.
Looks like a fucking dream. Looks like a dream shape, doesn't it?
It's made well, Mark. Hold it up to the light there. It's made really well, and it's not crazy money, and that's what I like about it. It's not
similar shape to that, though, isn't it?
Yeah, very similar. Yeah, very similar.
It's a little bit more concave than the Dreamer.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah,
but
the manufacturer on the threads are buttery smooth. I had a unicorn sitting up on the shelf for a year, and I took everything off and cleaned it the other day. And even after a year, I've not been moved. Just no problem at all.
Yeah, I quite believe that. I'm very impressed with how it's made. And you get all little extra bits as well, don't you?
Yeah.
Extra spare spring, 18650 sleeve, which is nothing unusual, and 2 like highlighting rings. So if you want to put an accent here and here, you can.
You can.
That makes sense.
And you can buy different coloured rings as well. You can get pink and green and blue.
Oh, there you go. There's the pink. Didn't realise you had one, Matt.
Yeah, well, I've got about 3 unicorn mods.
See, everyone knows more than.
You're behind the times, Mark. Behind the times, but you're caught up now.
I'm behind in chat, behind the times. I did buy a new phone, and I feel like I'm behind the times. Like there's some stuff on it. I just.
What you get an Apple?
Weren't you?
You bought an Apple phone. You're behind the times anyway.
Well, it is an Apple. Actually, it's not turned off either. Let's hope it don't ring. What else am I vaping on? I'm on the Cthulhu mods. What's the name of this thing? Artemis. Mouth to lung. I've done the review for this today. It's all ready. It's not on YouTube yet, guys. Don't go hopping on to find it. Yeah, but I've done it's just ready to upload. Basically, did the review. And I have to say a bit of a spoiler here, but yeah, well, put it this way: I'm going to be stocking them, so I think you probably know what I think of it.
It's crap.
Do you know what? I like guests that come on here these days. It's just not like it used to be.
Very low brow, Mark. Very, very low brow. I'm disappointed in you.
Can I just say happy birthday to Michelle?
Happy birthday, short ass.
Happy birthday. What, you're Michelle?
Yeah.
Oh, what? And you're on here? Why don't you? Oh, you can't take her out.
You can't go out. Plus, the kids are here anyway, so we couldn't go out. So
you couldn't go out. Booger. And that's
about it. I took her out today.
Sorry?
I took her out today.
Did
vape
you? Shopping. Took her shopping?
Vape shopping.
Oh, vape shopping.
I thought you were going to say we smashed that Poundland today.
So,
Mark, I can't afford Poundland. She got a job as well. So she's got a job in a vape shop.
Not Poundland. Where?
No, in a vape shop.
Nice.
What, from your shopping today?
No.
Right.
New shop opened up in Ballymena a couple of weeks ago, and I got to know the owner and the manager of it, and then they advertised for jobs. So I went down and had a word with them. She stuck her CV in. She had 2 days trial. Well, she had the first day trial on Sunday, then she went down on Monday, and as soon as she walked in the door, they basically told her she had the job. So.
Oh, fantastic! That's brilliant. Really good. So happy birthday and a job in this day.
Yeah.
Can't be bad.
I'll take it. She won't be starting for a fucking month then.
Have you took a happy pill today or something?
Well, I'm just saying. I'm just, lockdown, innit?
Yeah. Well, it is a month. You're right, isn't it? Yeah. Will be a month.
Yeah, we're Northern Ireland. We're different than you guys, so.
Oh, cool.
We commit a lockdown on the 13th.
Right, yeah, I'd forgotten the rules are different, aren't they? All over. It's just the UK, and of course, Mark, you've got the test, haven't you? Anyone in Liverpool can volunteer for.
Yeah, I read something about that today. They're going to fucking mass test. They're getting 2,000 army geezers in to fucking mass test us. Like,
just for you.
It's like a fucking apocalypse, isn't it, going on? Like, what's going on? I don't want to.
Mark, is there any truth in the rumor that I've heard that you've requested that you get an anal testing?
That was a request of mine. Only because I've got a very bad gag reflex.
Let's move on. And I have to say hello to this lady, otherwise I get very told off. Laurie, good evening. She's not going to be here long because the clocks have changed. It's even worse, apparently. I haven't really been looking else, so I just thought I must say hello to her. Evening, Tim Rice. Builder, it's Norfolking good. Yeah, it's an old one. There was a horse that ran, wasn't there, called Norfolk in Chance. That's right.
She does get the ump when you don't say hello to her, doesn't she, Laurie?
Laurie does, yeah. She gets very umpy if I don't say hello. It's been
I reckon she'll be like one of them. I reckon she'll be like one of them fucking bunny boilers, me, like with your kid's head in a pan. You know what I mean?
You can't go calling people that in chat, Mark.
No, she's lovely. She's lovely, but I reckon deep down she's got some tendencies, man.
Who else have we got? Oh, Michelle's in chat. Look. Who else? Roy's in chat. Well, he's here as well. Same thing applies. If anyone's got a question, and tonight is probably more applicable than ever, just put the first name in capitals. TVP for Mark and Naturevape, or NV or Mark for me.
Don't be asking me now.
Don't ask him. And he's in a funny mood tonight.
If you don't want the answer, it's best not to ask.
Yeah, I just throw. Mark, you've even put it in chat that mango's catwee.
It is catwee. There's another one as well. So for me, it's always been mango and blackcurrant. Although I love blackcurrant, and I'm literally vaping on it now. But blackcurrant on its own, or blackcurrant with a bit of cooler in, when you vape, that smells like catwee as well.
They can be.
And it's always potent, really fucking potent. Like people have come around when I vape mango, and they're like, "Fucking hell, you got a cat."
Mm. Did you try the blackcurrant raspberry lime with the cooling that I sent you?
I did, yeah. It needs a little more in.
You think more?
Yeah, a little bit more, I think.
Mike thought that because there was 0.75 and 1.25, was that, I think, going by memory. And Mike thought the 1.25.
I mustn't have tried the 1.25 then. What did I do with it? It's knocking around some. I mustn't have tried the 1.25 because that'd be quite potent, wouldn't it?
Yeah, well, there was two. There was two strengths. I was going to be rude to you then, so the clue was on the label, but I can't go there. You're too grumpy tonight. You'll eat me for breakfast.
Fine.
Michelle, the blackcurrant one does sound good. Lime works so well with a lot of flavours. It's funny, isn't it? Lime is something that, as a drink, I don't particularly like, but as a little flavour in a juice, it just gives it that little kick that, for me, makes that bit of difference. It's almost like when you first start vaping, I had to have cool in it to give me that throat hit, and I think lime.
I had to vape really strong menthol.
Yeah, I used to, but it gives me indigestion, Mark. There's too much cool in them now.
Well, you're getting on there, Mark. Pastry and menthol, it's no good for you oldies.
He's going at me. Kieran, good evening. Full house over Mark. Yeah, it's a full house, isn't it? I'm not used to dealing with so many people. So let's have a little word about the misfits. I think that'd be a good thing to do.
Yeah, that'd be a good starting point. Yeah.
Kira, would you like to tell us a little bit about the misfits? Your show on a Sunday night and the time, and possibly what happened with those prizes? Because quite a funny story, wasn't it?
Yeah, kind of, I suppose. So yeah, the Vaping Misfits is on Sundays at 9:30 p.m, not AM. We're not morning people. So basically what we talk about is all things mental health and invisible illness and things that just affect people in their daily life. So it's a complete safe space, and the whole team has basically come together through vaping. So, and we've all formed like really, really good friendships. So there is still a community out there. Just saying, get the pitchforks out later. So on Sunday we had a Halloween special, and you know, Mark is one of our sponsors, and he was kind enough to contact me and offer 2 of the Nest RDAs, 1 black, 1 stainless, which, bearing in mind the show was only on Sunday, I can show you envelope. He's very efficient. Now,
oh, hang on, Tina is.
okay, Tina is very efficient. Thank you, Tina. So we have obviously the YouTube show on a Sunday, but we also have the Vaping Misfits Facebook page and Discord. Now, on the Discord, there is also another group of people from across the pond in America, and they're doing the same. They're again vapors, but they're doing the same kind of show as what we are. So they linked up with us and they've come on our show. We've gone on their show. They've linked the Discord so that there is someone there to talk to round the clock. We never pretend to be medical professionals, just people that have gone through similar things, and it's an ear to bend if somebody needs it. No judgment, no nothing. So I spoke to Mark and said, is it open for just, you know, people in the UK? And Mark said that he's more than happy for it to go outside of the UK as long as it postage was covered by the winner. Not a problem. So these 2 people that linked up with us from across the pond in 2 different states, and it was done by Streamlabs and drawn by Streamlabs before anybody, you know, gets it twisted or I forget, because I'm a bit of a dinlow. And yeah, both of them won it. So an advocate for liberty, Tim, won one. And then light bearer, John, won the other one. We could not have planned it if we tried, right? And they actually, this is where we're obviously going to send it over to them, because we're sending a package over to them anyway, because they're sending one over, because we're going to do like a comparison show at some point. And this is where I'm gonna like not try to embarrass you right now, Mark, but this is where I have to give Mark credit on the type of person and business owner that he is, right? Mark contacted me and offered 2 nests for a giveaway and was prepared to pay the postage. These winners contacted Mark and asked if they could purchase with their winnings coils to go with it. So Mark, being Mark, has not only decided to donate the 2 nests, but also 2 packs of coils and 2 packs of cotton.
Well, I knew they wanted them, so it just seems silly not to. The most of the cost is the postage, really, isn't it? So
yeah, it was a really good show. It was an easy show, you know, once in a while, because some of the subjects can get a bit heavy sometimes. We just have a shits and giggles show where people just, you know, we just play things like Quiplash, Jackbox TV games and whatnot. So yeah, it was just a good show to relax to, and people won a nest, and now the nest is going to America. Yay!
it is off to America. I think it's a cracking little show you've got, and it does bring an awareness, doesn't it? I think to, you know, to the people that, I mean, it's certainly, you know, we're all on a scale somewhere or other, but I didn't know some of the, I've learned a lot just by listening, you know, and I think you can, you know, I think it's a good little show. I think it's an important show, and that's why, you know, I was happy to sponsor you. Happy to.
I think what it is as well, like, you know, we're not sitting there pretending to be medical professionals. We're sat there telling you, you know, when it's something that we've gone through or that we live with, we're not, you know, making it sound like a bed of roses. We just tell you it straight as it is.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how many people, you know, whether you vape or whether you don't vape, it's amazing how many people kind of have come along to, you know, support what we do.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't sure about your game. I didn't join in. What was that? I thought, what is this? I mean, Mark's quiz, I joined in. I came third from bottom when Mark did his quiz. I think the only ones I got right were the vaping questions, and I got one of them wrong. But but yours, I no, it was wrong. I thought. Yeah, it's quite funny, but yeah, I didn't join in. Roy, if I believe you've got a question for Mark, you don't have to put it in chat. Ask him.
Don't ask me.
No, after his response, Mark, I'm not going
I did read the response.
So, Mark, TVP, when are you getting your ass back to reviewing? And more importantly, when are we getting It's Only Banter Mate back on the road?
Well, question number one, I'll be back next year.
Ooh, I didn't know that.
Not in the capacity I was, but yeah, I'll explain more as when we get closer. And number two, God knows. Whenever you boys pull your fucking finger out, innit?
Waiting on you. There's no show without TVP.
BF.
No, but that's the whole reason. The whole reason It's Only Banter worked was all the personalities that was on the show. And if you strip one personality out of the show, and you're a big personality to try and to replace, you're irreplaceable as far as I'd be concerned.
Yeah, well,
No,
I was never going. I was never leaving permanently. There was always a method behind my madness, and yeah, it kind of what I wanted to happen happened, and I'm glad. But I'll be back next year, absolutely.
Well, that's good news, and I'm sure there'll be a lot of people in chat that will welcome that news as well. Because whatever anyone thinks of you, Mark, you're a good reviewer, and
I couldn't give a fuck what anyone thinks of me, Mark.
Well, clearly.
Listen. I've been in this game long enough. I couldn't give a monkey's what any single human being thinks of me. I don't care.
Not even me.
Well, listen. Ultimately, when all said and done, it's just the internet, and it's just if you don't like someone, don't watch them. Simple as that. If you don't agree with something someone said, scroll on. There's another fucking 50 reviews on YouTube. So there's something for everyone out there, and I think I cornered like a niche market with what I did, and I don't want to leave that behind, and I'm not going to.
Fair enough, Mark. Fair enough.
It's true. You're a complete niche market. You're different. You're straight up and to the point.
No, I think personally, from my point of view, I know that when you review a product, it's usually an accurate and good review. That's how I feel. Always felt that way about your reviews.
A lot of people didn't give me enough credit for that because they focus on maybe the language or the things that I say. They didn't. I never felt like I got the credit of doing really good solid reviews. Yeah, I'm also being knowledgeable about what I'm talking about.
Well, correct.
I don't think I ever got that credit.
I felt more inclined to watch you for that than I did the other stuff. I'll be honest. I liked your reviews. I thought your reviews were good, and as you say, knowledgeable. So that was what I enjoyed. But and you're your own man, Mark. You've always been your own man. You'll come back when you're ready, and when when you feel it's right to do.
Indeed, my friend.
I'll just see. Shane Gibson, Naturevape, can you replace the outer wicking on the nest without having to wrap the coil? You can, and it does bring a certain amount of life back to the coil, but you can't beat really freshening the whole thing up and doing the whole thing. I got asked today as well, that was an email actually, can you dry burn the coil and put it back in again? The answer is yes, you can, but again, a coil is 70 pence, I think it works out at for the strip of metal. Personally, for 70 pence for a couple of weeks vaping, I would just put a brand new coil in there. That's my opinion. And the coil, well, you've all had one. Yes, you have all had one. I would say that coil is good for a couple of weeks. That's about the life of it, I think. Everyone.
Yeah, I've had mine for coming up just 2 weeks now, and it's a bit gunky.
Yeah, so that's about the life.
I just it loses a little bit of flavour, but
Yeah.
like Shane asked, of course you can, you can take it out, give it a little dry burn, but if you dry burn it, do it like 10 watts because it's mesh and it'll just fucking incinerate it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can give it a dry burn or whatever, but it's not going to last. You probably get a couple of dry burns out of it and re-wicks, and then the 2 weeks will go down to a week and a half, then a week, and then eventually it's changed the coil because they just don't last all that long mesh.
A bit like any other tank as well. You got like a mouth to lung tank. You can change. I usually change the wick a couple of times, and then I change the whole lot. And that's probably the same.
Yeah, but like mesh will never have the longevity of a normal coil because I can have alien coils in a tank for 6 months. Just keep dry burning them and under hot water, dry burn them, and they're absolutely fine. But eventually it does come to a point where, shit, man, I better change coils.
So what does a stock coil last? Well, they all vary, don't they? Some only last a couple.
Good ones, no, 2 weeks.
But I would have said probably, as you say, probably about the same. A normal sub-ohm tank.
But again, it all depends on what e-liquid you're vaping on. If I'm putting this goose juice in a stock coil, 4 days before it tastes like shit.
I forgot you could just come to the goose juice.
I did, man. It's beautiful stuff. And can I just say, it tastes pucker in the nest.
Pucker in the nest. So you've been on the nest, Mark. That's where you've been.
I've been smashing that nest, mate. Absolutely ruined it. That's why I cleaned it out yesterday because I did plan on doing a little wee video on it live. Yeah,
you said that you might do that for me, which obviously I'd appreciate, but I'll put you under that pressure.
I wanted to get like obviously I've been decorating in here, and we've been like fucking mad busy doing in this room. It's quite big. It's like a big old dining room. So I painted it. I wanted to get it all sorted first. I think the plan is to do like a live one-off Mark My Words on a Friday and just do a build on the nest.
Right, that'd be great. Yeah, I'd appreciate it. But as I say, no pressure to do so. Looking at your dado rail, funny story that a friend of mine bought an old pub, and it was a big pub, and his lounge, he wanted to put the dado rail back in the lounge, and he got a guy round, I won't embarrass him by saying who it was, to come and do the dado rail. The first thing he did was drill through a wire, so they had to chisel the wall out and repair that. But having got over that, when he finished, he sort of started at one door, and when he finished and he came round to the other side of that door, it was about 10 inches lower on one side than it was the other. It followed his spirit level and got lower and lower and lower and lower. And like there was the door and there was the dado rail. And I happened to go round there the day that was finished, and the bloke was, my mate, he's beside himself. He said, "Look, even the kids are taking a piss. Look at it." He's going.
I did put a dado rail about fucking 15 years ago in my house. We had the whole living room replastered, and I thought it looked really big, so I thought, I'm going to smash a dado rail up here. It was really easy. All I did was just measure from the floor. And I know this is not super accurate because me and DIY, it's like, but measure from the floor at like meter points all the way around and just do it like that.
I've got something here, Mark, which you should have borrowed. Hang on. And don't ask me why I've got it in here.
Is it a laser?
Why have you got it in here?
It's a laser, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Yeah.
Do you know what I did? All I did, I downloaded a spirit level app on my phone. Just use that for my shelves. Bob on.
Yeah. Yeah. So you didn't
finish.
You didn't finish
one side. The wall at the back, the laser.
Sorry, say again, Roy.
Was that to build your wall at the back? Your laser?
No, that's a green screen anyway.
That's not, is it?
Yeah.
Thought you were in the fucking alley.
No, that's a green screen. Hang on. Where am I?
You see, I press the wrong button, it'll go off.
Yeah, do I do this?
Again.
Go. Green screen. Yeah, so, well, it looks like you've been busy anyway, Mark. Your shelves look...
Yeah, what other random stuff you got on that desk there, Mark? You just pulled out...
You don't want to see this desk. This is like the desk of shame. It's just stuff. But on that laser thing, it's a bit like... I do love my woodwork and my crafty sort of stuff. I'm a hands-on sort of person, and I hunted hard for years whether to buy a router or not, of all things. And you know, it's one of the most useful tools. If you know how to use a router properly, it's probably the best tool you'll buy for the workshop. Honestly, he's shaking his head.
Nah, listen, I don't do DIY. Putting them shelves up were a fucking mission. Like, I can paint. So I was a painter and decorator for 15 years. So give me a paintbrush in my hand, it's like I could do it blindfolded. But doing stuff like putting shelves up or any kind of DIY, I'm utterly useless.
I bet you Becca was directing you every step of the way.
She weren't even here, mate. She turned around one day and went, "I'm going to paint this weekend." So as soon as she went to work the morning after, I got the paintbrush out and started painting. You know,
I suppose if you've been a painter for 15 years, you can't see someone else do it, can you? You'd just be critical of all the cutting in. No, it wouldn't happen, would it? Wouldn't work. Right, so I was reading Trout. I thought drama. Then I saw her typed it as you, Mark. Thank you, Michelle. I love the nest. When innovation comes out, you just got to buy it. Oh, well, exactly. Thank you. Had so mixture. I was really pleased with Ian above the clouds, and I don't know if he's watching tonight. That man is a sub-ohm only tank man, a stock coil man, all the way. He cannot, by his own admission, do a rebuildable. And I sent him the nest, and I've sent him other stuff before. I sent him the keys mesh, and he couldn't do it. So I sent him the nest, and I said, "You can do this. Watch my video, copy it. You will be fine. You will be able to do it." And he's done it, and he's made his review. It was a pretty good review, to be honest, and just so chuffed with him to push himself out of that comfort zone and do that. I can't ask for any more. You know, and if you're watching, Ian, thank you, and well done to you. It's pretty good. I don't know if anyone else watched it.
I haven't watched it, no, but is that not a fucking reviewer's job? Push yourselves a little bit.
Yeah, I guess it is. It is a reviewer's job.
You can't spend your life reviewing sub-ohm tanks, can you? I mean,
well, no, you can't. Sub-ohm tanks and juices. No, I get your point, Mark.
I'm not being rude. I don't mean to come across as sounding rude. No, that sounded quite blunt. I didn't mean it to be rude. I'm just saying, like, if you're going to be a reviewer, then surely you got to fucking, branch out a little.
Well, I guess you can't review cars and not have a driving license, can you? It's the same kind of thing. But we start from somewhere, don't we? But I just know some people are good at, like I just mentioned about being a sort of hands-on, crafty person, and some people aren't. You are, Mark. You're very sort of dexterous, aren't you? I've seen your videos. You know, you find it quite easy. Not everyone does find it that easy, and he clearly doesn't. But he's to me, he's pushed himself out of that comfort zone. He's done it.
Yeah, I know. Fair play, and that might, it might be a step to doing more rebuildables, hopefully, for him.
And Kira, you struggled, didn't you, with the nest, but because of your nails, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, bastard thing. First time round, I mangled that coil. Let me tell you, it was called so many names. Mate, Matt will tell you. All of a sudden, it was like just sat there like this, and all of a sudden, it was like fucking with it. Across the room it went. It's all right. Second time round, piece of piss.
And that's pretty much what Ian said. He messed up his first one. The second one was okay, and the third one was better. And I think where it is, it's just new. And people, you either embrace the change, I guess, and have a go at these things, or you don't. And I know it's not sort of a standard thing, but I never wanted to bring out a standard thing. I wanted to bring out something different and something.
Exactly, and I've seen a couple of reviews saying, "What's the point in it? It's a bit pointless." Well, the point is, it's never fucking been done before. That's the point. That's the whole point of it. It's not been done before. Someone's done it. So there's the point right there. You know what I mean? It's like it's not another velocity deck or a porceless deck, or it's something different. So there's the point in it.
And something new is always going to be awkward to do until you've practiced, as Michelle's put, practice until you have. Because the first time anybody tries it, it's going to be awkward and think, "Oh, this is going to be. Well, I'll never never get this. But after a few attempts, you find your wee knack, and then
Yeah, well, you go back to the very first posters deck. I bet people looked at that and thought, you know, because they were so used to velocity decks, they looked at that and thought, this is fucking, what's the point in this? Well, where's the velocity deck now? There's the point. Things evolve and things move on and things change. And you've got, without trying new things, and you're just going to be stuck in a fucking rut, aren't you? Nothing's ever going to evolve, or you never get any innovation.
And the only way Mesh was going was the same way as the profile Unity, or the profile, which was the little spring underneath to push the
which was rubbish, horrible idea, terrible.
I like the Unity, the tank, but I didn't like the RDA itself.
I hated them. I hated the profile one, the 1.5, and the tank. I thought they were all rubbish. For me, I'm not a mesh vapor. That doesn't mean to say I can't enjoy mesh vape. I just prefer vaping on a coil, but I can appreciate a decent mesh vape when I see it. But as far as I'm concerned, them three didn't give me any kind of, not even an half decent vape.
You didn't like the keys either, did you, Mark? Because I sent you that.
No,
you didn't.
No, I didn't like that either.
No, you didn't. So, I mean, I could take the criticism. That's fine. But if the flavour was awful, then I'd say it's innovation for no reason. But in my opinion, the flavour isn't awful. The flavour's good. So
it's only the same as vaping on a or very similar to vaping on a stock coil tank, but with better flavour. That's what it is. That's ultimately what it is. It's a stock coil tank. Well, you know, a really good stock coil tank with better flavour.
Yeah.
And you have to drip it.
Yeah.
And if people can't get down for that, then sorry, you shouldn't be vaping.
Unless your name's Matt, of course, who put a coil in there first time.
Yeah. It's a piece of cake to do, but absolute piece of cake.
He put one in, didn't he? Really. I wouldn't say it was really easy, but it's simple. I mean, as soon as I looked at the deck and the screw configuration, I knew you could put a coil in, no problem.
If you're used to building, it's simply not, you know. So
it's just pre-bending them legs. Once you've wrapped it, getting them legs pre-bent to get it in, and then once it's in, isn't it?
Yep. Yeah.
I'm not even going to try and pronounce this name, but what is your guys' opinion of the Vuse Alto? I don't even know what that is. Anyone know?
The what?
Vuse, VUSE Alto. See if Jay was here, he'd be looking it up.
That sounds like a heat not burn.
I don't know. I've never.
I'll go with this.
Roy, Google it, Roy.
It's a pod. Vuse Alto with the pod system.
It's a pod, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
No wonder I don't know what it is. Not a massive lover of the pods. Unicron was going to get Naturevape down for the best brick and mortar. Then I realised it was just his background. Yeah.
I voted for you earlier, Mark, in the EC Click Awards.
Say again.
I voted for you earlier in the EC Click Awards.
Best I didn't know that was coming up.
Just come out today. All the usual pimps are fucking pimping themselves. So I stuck a vote in for you.
Thank you, Mark.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. I didn't even know. I suppose I ought to stick a vote in for myself. But I saw the
yes. Everyone in chat, EC Click, go there, ecclick.co.uk. The nominations are open, so go and vote Naturevape for best online retailer.
Online, isn't there one there? I don't know if they have got a best RDA or anything, have they? I don't know if they have.
Well, it's the RDA is funny because they've just got it on they just bang it in a rebuildable section, so it could be RDA, any rebuildable, which is weird.
See, they've got some awards on there that I think are pretty much meaningless. But then wouldn't you have an RDA, an RTA? Wouldn't you think? You know,
they've never done that though. They just put it down purely in a rebuildable category, which is very odd.
Oh, we're a popular lot tonight, aren't we? 13 thumbs down.
Hello.
And me.
Well, who knows? Who knows? Thanks, guys.
Yeah, this will be the first year I'm not pimping myself for the easy clip in like 4 years.
Yeah. Adrian, what are you people vaping? I degunk daily on my RTAs and they need it. Degunk. Some people do. Some people are very... I got a couple of customers that they'll put a fresh build, fresh wick in every single day. And I must admit, I'm not as keen on it as that.
I've had this tank now coming up for 3 weeks. It's got the same building.
Same build. Yeah.
It tastes great.
Is it what Unicron said about you, Roy? Do you talk or just look pretty? Well, at least you look pretty.
No, I don't even look pretty. Jesus. I think
Roy was
only
Roy always talks. One or two people saying that's good that you're making a comeback, Mark.
we're only 20 minutes behind so far.
Oh, come on, look. I've been chatting away. You lot chat about something then. Go on.
What shall I chat
Oh, no. I shouldn't have thrown that invite out, should I?
No, I wouldn't do that to you, Mark. Okay.
Let's pick
I'm trying to keep my mouth shut as well.
Me and Roy like, muzzled.
I said my piece a couple of weeks ago. I don't want to drag all that up in.
Do you do any offers if people are to bulk buy the nest?
Bulk buy the nest.
Yeah. If someone needed to buy, 4 or 5 nests, do you do any special offers?
Where is this going, Roy?
That's just a question.
Oh, I see. Right. Okay. There is a discount code anyway. I vape tobacco, peanut, and cookie liquid flavor. That sounds all right, actually, doesn't it? Tobacco. Oh no, I quite like that. Peanuts and tobacco. It's all right.
I used to like what was the old RY4? I used to quite like that back in the day.
Yeah, that was. You don't really hear of that anymore, do you?
I used to like it like heavy on the caramel.
What's that other one you used to hear a lot? Battleship. Was it Battleship?
No.
It was Battleship. And you don't hear of that anymore either. Exactly, Phil Lee. There you go. A router makes dovetails a cinch. It certainly does, yeah.
Yeah, but who the fuck in normal life makes dovetails? I don't even know what a dovetail is. What is that? Some kind of joint?
Hang on, Mark. I've got a bit of wood. Yeah. I'll show you.
Got a bit of wood here on my desk with a dovetail joint on.
I was looking round. I thought.
If it was Jay, you probably would do.
I think potentially I would have. But actually, my letterbox is down the bottom of the drive on a post, and that is made with dovetail joints. So it's basically how would you describe it? Like a tooth like that, and it fits into the same pattern the other side. If you open your drawer of a good bit of furniture, you'll see a dovetail joint.
There's a question for TVP from Izzy Covers.
Yeah, I'm just waiting on the first prototype to be delivered.
I've
seen it. It's made. I'm just waiting for it to be delivered now.
Really, that's exciting. Have you seen pictures?
Yeah.
And does it look how you wanted it to look? Have they?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. They've been trying to push me to, because obviously it's a big RTA, 30mm or 28. I said I'll go down to 28, no lower than that, and they're trying to push me to go down to 25, and I said no.
Right.
I don't. If you want a 25, then find someone else. I'm not interested. So they've made two. They've made a 28 and a 30 for me to test.
Have they?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Exciting.
Anyway,
have they sent you more than one prototype, Mark?
No, unfortunately not, Mark.
Oh.
I will say this though, when I get the final prototype, I'm going to say send me about 5 of the final prototype so I can get other people to test it. So you'll be on my list, Mark.
No, I'd like to do that. I have. I've got something new coming. Shall I mention? I might mention it later. Phil Lee, it would be like reviewing cars with an auto-only license. Yeah, I guess it would. Something like that. So I can't remember the company you said it was, Mark.
ZQ.
No.
They've just done that Essence DNA 75.
I'm trying to think who it was.
They're quite a new company.
Right.
I think a couple of the designers that work for Hell Vape own it. I know there's a few work for Hell Vape and
right.
fucked off over there. So
I see. So it's like an offshoot of Hell Vape. That was Hell Vape I had in my head. That I was sure you told me who it was, and I couldn't remember.
Well, that's who I was talking to them for months.
Right.
They didn't want to make an RTA that big. Again, they were pushing me, and I said no, I'm not doing. I think they wanted it actually 24mm, and I said no chance.
You can't compromise, can you? Because it takes away from what your idea and vision is. I think so.
Well, it's not my tank, is it?
No.
You know, but if you give up to these fucking demands, then it's not your tank anymore, and it's just their tank. You're slapping your name on.
Yeah.
So I'm not.
Mark, do you see Unicron's question?
No, Cron. I did actually call it. So it's called the Geminis, which is Latin for dual or double or twin, because it's got the dual airflow on.
Right. I'm struggling to find any kind of innuendo there at all, Mark, or anything.
No, there is no innuendo. I didn't want to. So listen, I got a lot of stick for the FP, didn't I? A lot of fucking stick. There's, a lot of Americans said I'm not reviewing this because it's called the foot pig.
Yeah.
Which it weren't called the foot pig. It was called the FP. But
yeah.
So I wanted to do a little more mainstream this time. So I come up with a Geminis, which I think is a pretty cool name.
It is a really cool name.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Complete opposite of you.
I'm excited to. So it's 28.
Originally, it was going to be the TC, weren't it? That was going to be the Thundercomp, the TC. But again, I want people to actually review this one.
For those of you watching at home under the age of 18, it was for Top Cat. Okay.
Get to bed. It's a vaping show.
Okay, it's a vaping show, and it's past 9 o'clock.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'll take that one on the chin. I took a lot on the chin lately, so I'll take that one. 666. I just ordered my second mesh in black this time and some stainless steel coils. Excellent. I think stainless steel coils are, as I suspected they would, are outselling any others. A reviewing tip I could have put out there is that the Canthal coil is possibly easier to coil because it holds its shape more than stainless steel.
Stainless steel is very, very
and talking of reviewing, Kira, am I allowed to go down this road or not?
You can go down whatever road you feel like. It just depends on the answer you're going to get. Right.
Well, I don't think there's enough female reviewers. I think we need more. And
you're jumping on that bandwagon. Oh,
I think potentially that.
No, there's quite a few female reviewers. We just need nice ones. What?
Listen, I do the Vaping Misfit show, right? I turn up, I chat shit for an hour and a half, I do my peeve of the week, and I drink coffee, and I sit here in my chair, and I would say go home, but it's hard to go home when you're already home, right? There are certain reviewers that I watch, and I've watched for a long time, and I have a lot of respect for.
Thank you.
There's other reviewers that you what, Matt?
It wasn't Matt, it's Mark. He said,
thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Do you know what, Mark? You may be a lot of things, but I can't knock you for your reviews. That I will give you. Right?
Thank you.
See, I'm trying, and I'm not the most.
I feel like there was a massive book coming there.
I'm not the most tactful person, all right? I am about as subtle as a plane crash, right? And people can get their pitchforks out and chase me for this later, right? Because it's just my opinion, right? I do think that the vaping industry can be more of a challenge for women than men sometimes. See, the comment I really want to say is going to come out really bitchy, and it's a generalized comment, so it's nothing personal.
Say it.
How many reviewers are there out there, especially female, that will go through a full review of a rebuildable and actually show you their install of them building and installing those coils?
I can't really think
Very
of
few.
In fact, I can think of one, Wendy Vapes, who's really, really good.
Wendy Vape, yeah, she's even with her big nails, she still gets in there. And
She is fucking. She's a pioneer. She's amazing. I love that woman so much, man. She's really, really good. But she's the only one I can think of.
There are some brilliant male reviewers and female reviewers out there. You know, I think some people have had a lot of negativity towards them, and they shouldn't have. I've had a few people turn around to me over the last couple of weeks and say, I think you should go and do it. I'll be honest, I'm very, very self-critical of myself, and it's like, I've got to be honest, it kind of scares me a little bit, because it's like, what if I do it and I fuck it all up?
Yeah, but surely that's a good scared, isn't it? I think the biggest question you got to ask yourself is, would you enjoy it? And I think you would. That's my
but
personal opinion.
The problem is, Mark, right, is if you review something and it's a pile of shit, I'm gonna say it's a pile of shit.
That's
what you should do as a reviewer. That's what reviewers there to do.
That would be something new in the industry, to be honest.
I'm sick of people like Mark sitting on the fence, to be honest.
Do you know how many companies I've upset in 5 years? Like,
I dread to think how many people you've upset in the last 5 years, Mark.
Oh, hang on, I've got a book about that one down here, Mark.
Is that just by chance?
I can't lift it.
But that's the whole point of being a reviewer. It's you should not be scared of upsetting anybody. If you find something is absolutely rubbish, you say it's rubbish.
Oh,
if you find something that's
I'm
good,
worried about upsetting people, right? Because I do that unintentionally, right? But honestly, I'm one of those people that I don't intend to upset or offend anybody, but I think sometimes everybody always says vaping is subjective, whether it's a mod, whether it's an RDA, an RTA, whether it's a juice, a brand of cotton, whatever.
Yeah.
But when you do a review and you give your honest opinion, it's funny how quick that statement goes out the window.
Yeah, but the way I approach it, and I think, Mark, you're the same as this. If I think something is bad, like the COG RTA, wherever I just don't bother to review it. I bought it because I thought this is going to be really good, and I looked at it. I put a coil in it. I vaped it for a couple of days, and I thought I can't even live with this thing any longer. So I'm certainly not going to review it, because it would have been a really bad review. So what is the point?
Yeah, but that was my downfall, Mark, because I started doing that. I started picking and choosing and thinking, this is really bad, don't review it. But then you're doing the people a disservice. You're doing them an absolute disservice, because a lot of these people are going to go out and buy that on other people's reviews.
You're right. You are right.
Who watch you and then come to you and go, why didn't you review that shit?
Yeah.
I didn't review it because it was fucking shit. So that's not going to be the way I'm going to go. You know, when I do come back, I'm not going to go down that road. I'm going to review all the shit as well.
I think you're right, but I know certainly from my point of view, I'm guilty of it. I just think no, I'm not reviewing it because it is awful, and that's my opinion of the cog. I'm afraid.
Is that because you're trying to keep the peace?
Sorry.
Are you just one of those people that the reason you kind of go to that sort of answer and attitude is because you just like to try and keep the peace?
No, not especially. I upset Tesla. I did a bad review of one of their products, and they went mad with me. They wouldn't send me any more.
And because you like to keep the peace, Mark, because you're just a little goody two shoes, are you?
Well, obviously. Yeah, obviously.
Kira, I would tend to disagree with you.
Are you a two-faced snake? I don't know. I'm on the fence.
I was.
I think female reviewers get it easier than male. Because I'll be honest, if I'm a crap reviewer, but if I was female, I would probably have 4 or 5 times the amount of numbers I have, easily. And if Mark was female and doing what he does, he wouldn't be it'd be way over 100,000. A female will attract.
Yeah, you need to look at Zophie.
Okay, so let me ask you this question then.
Yeah.
What is it that, right, you say a female reviewer attracts different people, right, for different reasons?
Attracts numbers.
One, what are those reasons? And 2, what do people expect to see in a female reviewer then?
2 reasons right there.
I don't.
Exactly, that's one of them.
But that's one of the reasons.
That one.
2, because they're prettier to look at. If you have a sort of half pretty female will do better. Even an ugly female probably would do better than.
I don't know, Roy. Do you remember Purple Lady Vapor? Come on.
I think we're missing a point a bit.
Purple Lady Vapor got the numbers. She rose up the numbers really quickly. Her numbers went.
There are some products that a woman would rather watch another woman review because they don't. It's all right for us. Like Mark comes out with a 30mm diameter RTA that he thinks is the latest, greatest, but that isn't what your female probably wants. Female, that sounded sexist.
You mean like that? The high?
Well, yeah, but that's the exception. But there are also people that want a mouth to lung, and they want to see a female's perspective of that mouth to lung, I think, as well.
I don't know. I think that's very. I think that's the wrong thing to say, that, Mark, because you can't just say birds like vaping mouth to lung, can you? I mean,
no.
I know what you're saying, but the vaping industry is so diverse now that you see women like.
I've got a spade under here somewhere as well, Mark.
You pulled out that fucking 40-millimeter hive there. There's women that like the big asses.
I know
they like a bit of girth, Mark. So you can't say they just want to stick to mouth to lung.
Look, there's Michelle. Michelle loves her sub-ohm stuff.
Mm.
So it's like I said.
So
my
argument is still the same, isn't it? It's still a lady would like to see another lady review that bigger RTA, surely.
Well, let's put it this way, right? Who here remembers Zophie Vapes? Zophie.
Yeah.
Right. She went from 0 to about 250,000 subscribers in 18, and that was purely because she weren't a particularly good reviewer. I think anybody will attest to that. She weren't particularly good, but she had her titties out on nearly every video. Cleavage, massive fucking. She looked bonny. Titties out, so of course that's going to drive more men to go and watch that. Of course it is. No one can fault her for that.
Well, on that respect, I fell at the first hurdle. But my opinion, I don't care whether it's a male reviewing a product or whether it's a female reviewing a product, as long as they're thorough with it and they're honest with it.
Well, let's have it right. No, I agree with you. Let's have it right. This vaping industry is a man's world. It really is. There's no getting away from that. It's a man's world. So to see more women reviewing would obviously be a plus. But again, the women that do come and review, they've got to be knowledgeable. They've got to know what they're talking about, and they've got to be good at what they do. You can't just fucking wing it, or you've got to have something about you. But it would be great to see more women in reviewing it. Of course it would.
Knowledgeable women.
Yeah.
knowledgeable woman, somebody you're going not to watch because they're a woman, but you're going to watch because of the review.
Yeah, because they've got a personality and they're good at what they do, or they're doing something different. And like I say, it's a man's world, and it's very, very difficult to break through that man's world. It really is.
But I believe you are of that nature, Kira. You put your own coils in. You don't go to the shop and say, "I'll buy that. Can you put the coils in for me, please?" Do you?
Oh no.
Exactly.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. There is one person who will build for me if I ask him to. But the only time I ever have someone else build for me, right, and that's Matt. But the only time I ever have anyone else build for me is I actually have carpal tunnel. So sometimes I lose like the feeling in my thumb and these fingers here. So if I can't feel the wire between my fingers, then I can't wrap that coil.
I've got these 3 fingers in my hand are numb. I can't feel it. I put a pair of pliers on that thumb. I can't feel it. That's true.
Yeah, but do I know? I've been building for fucking hell about 5 years, 6 years. You know, do I enjoy it? Yeah.
You can't do it because other people are saying, "Why don't you do this?" Well, fuck off. I'll do it if I want to do it. I'll do it when I want to do it. If I want to do it, it's something I'll consider. But you can't do it because other people are saying or pushing you into it.
No, exactly right. But I think.
Do you know what I mean? Again, I don't mean to sound rude there, but it's got to be. It's got to be on you.
I mean, I think my biggest thing for me is one, confidence, because of how self-critical I am. But then the other side of it is I mean, I've got broad shoulders and a thick skin, but you know, it's with some of the things I've seen over the last couple of years within the vape community. Do I want to do I want to feel like I've got people coming at me because I refuse to belong to any type of clique or anything like that? You know, I'm me, and I call a spade a shovel. I don't care.
Yeah, but so long as you keep your head down and keeps it, and just do your own thing, then there's no reason for that. I know what you're saying there. I know exactly what you're saying, but see, right. So I spent 2-3 years pretty much keeping my head down, doing my own thing. And then people, once you get to a certain level, people start to notice you. People start talking about you. People start saying things about you. And I don't like that. I'm one of them guys that if someone types something about me or says something about me, I'm fucking biting back. I'm biting back like 10 times harder. So unless you've got to have a real thick skin, real thick skin when you do it, because you're going to get negative comments. You're going to get people saying shit about you. And unless you can brush that off and ignore it, like I didn't, then you're going to get in wars and you're going to get in battles and you're going to get, and it's just inevitable. But if you just keep your head down and keep your shit to yourself, then you'll be absolutely fine.
And then there's ones that make you guilty by association.
Yeah.
As well. So, but you just really need to, it's not even certain numbers, Mark. Look at me. I'm a blinking nugget, and I get pulled into drama left, right, and center by one certain element. But does it bother me? No, I'm my own person. I put out reviews whenever I feel like putting reviews out. I do them sporadically. I have enough things sitting to review, but I went through a spurt this week. I've recorded 5 reviews. So
yeah, no, good on you. And if you want to, like I say, if you want to review, do it. Don't you don't need other people saying.
But don't take any pressure of people saying, "Oh, you should review." The first thing you should do is record a review. Don't even put it out there, but record a review, edit it up,
good idea, Roy.
and sit back and have a look at it yourself and think, is this as good as anything else out there in the market at the minute?
Yeah, but we're all self-critical. We're all self-critical. Some of my best reviews, I watched back and went, "This is shit. I can't put this out." And then you put it out, and it gets 10,000 views. So everybody's critical of themselves. But you've got to trust what you're doing. That's the only thing. You've got to trust yourself and trust what you're doing, and just put it out there and let the people judge. And the people will judge. Make no mistake about that. People will judge what you do, because once you put yourself on YouTube and on the internet, it's out of your hands then.
Yeah.
And when you get your first dislike, then you know you've made it. When your first thumbs down, you know you've made it.
Well, we made it tonight, haven't we?
Well, like one of my reviews
as well. Then
within 5 seconds of publishing one of my reviews, I had a thumbs down. Within 5 seconds. So I'm thankful that person must have me must be subscribed and has got the little bell pressed because they get notifications straight away. So it doesn't bother me.
I think it's important to remember, you know, that you can only do you. You know, I am who I am, like me or leave me. I don't care, right? Because I'm quite happy with who I am and where I am. If I do decide it's something that I do want to do, you know, like a watch this space kind of shit, then, you know, I will go and do it. And I know I'm not stupid to the extent that, you know, I know that I don't know that there won't be anything negative coming back, because there's always going to be people out there that think you're amazing and people out there that think you're a pile of crap, you know. But as long as you're happy with it, then
what you've got to remember is this is one of my main irritants with the vaping industry, right? And I've said this for years and years and years. What you have to remember is this is an industry where we've got in the UK 1 million, 2 million people all thrown together in one industry. Now, you do that with any walk of life, put all them people together in one section in all these groups and YouTube and stuff. You're not all going to get along. We're all different people. You're going to have fights, you're going to have arguments, you're going to have name calling, you're going to have this and that, because nobody's the same. You can't have all them people together and expect them all to just gel and get along. Unfortunately, life doesn't work like that. We're all different personalities. We're all different human beings. So, you know, the people that say, why are you saying this or why are you saying that or why are you arguing in public? Forget all that, because we're two different people. We clash. It's as simple as that. We just clash and we don't get along. So you can't.
There's the other side of the argument as well, though, Mark, that there's a lot of people out there now that would think that if you are trying to, whether it be a group, whether it be as a reviewer, you know, whatever, pushing new products, whatever, you know, a lot of people out there think that they have a mindset, that if you go into it now, you've missed that point in the market, so it's not going to be anything successful.
I wouldn't say success is the be all and end all. I think the main thing is whether you would personally enjoy it. I think, and I've said it for weeks and months and years that I do this because I spend far too much time on this table doing my work with vaping, really.
Mm-hmm.
But I enjoy it, and the day I stop enjoying it is the day I stop. You know, and that's what it is for me. It's got to be enjoyment. It's got to be. If you're not interested in something, don't bother, because
it's got to be something you look forward to doing. Like, I used to get home from work and literally straight on my desk, I'd look forward to it. Like, fucking come on, reviewing this now, and I'd knock out 2-3 reviews like buzzing. And in the end, it was like, oh man, you get home from work, just I can't be asked. I don't want to do that. I'm not interested. And once that is a thing, you're done.
I think that's right. And like I say, I did a review today and thoroughly enjoyed doing it on this Cthulhu. It's right up my alley, this thing, really, to be honest. Did the review, I enjoyed doing it, and if 100 people watch it, and that's it.
Mark, I've been like that for 2 weeks, like fucking, I've got boxes there with new stuff in. I'm like, shall I? I want to. No, don't do it, Mark. Don't review it. Just leave it. But I'm itching. I'm fucking itching at the moment. You know what I mean? Because I didn't think I'd miss it as much as I have, and I have.
Well, you're not doing anything before my nest. I mean, you talk. No, there's no Wonga. I've never paid. It's not smart. See, this is where you want some criticism. There's some coming up, but it's friendly, and I know it is. It's not smoke. What about the Nest pod kit? Not going to happen. Adrian, Naturevape, you like the Nada? I said I didn't like pods. I did like the Nada, and Adrian's quite right. I do like the Nada. I think it's good, a little rebuildable. So, you know, but you're going to get little comments like that, and I know neither of those two people mean anything. It's humour, and the statements are right as well. You know, I can't argue about them. They're right, but enjoyment.
Listen, Kira, if you're enjoying the show, just stick to the show. Stick to what you're enjoying. If it's, you know, if it becomes, and especially, you know, in your situation, doing a mental health show, obviously clearly you suffer with mental health issues and stuff like that. Why put that extra pressure on yourself when it's unnecessary? Just.
But then also talking about your show, you have a group of people there who can actually then pre-watch your video, your review, and give you honest feedback because they're people you know and trust. So they'll give you honest feedback on your video before you even put it out. And then at that point, you can decide, well, do I really want to do this? Yeah, no. Then nobody else will know apart from the ones in the show. So there's no pressure on you. Just take your time and do it whenever you feel like doing it, if you feel like doing it.
When it comes to putting pressure on myself or in those situations, that's actually when I do best, because I've then got something to kind of focus on, keep busy with, and challenge myself with, you know.
Yeah. That's what got me through so many dark times. Like, I've got fucking severe mental health issues. Like, and vaping and reviewing got me through so many fucking dark spots. Many dark. Like, people don't have a clue. Sitting at my desk reviewing, rather than fucking sitting on the chair wallowing, or sitting in bed wallowing and fucking, you know, maybe doing something stupid. Like, reviewing took my mind to other places.
I think there's one or two people like that, Mark, as well. You know, it's not just you, is it? It's we all need an interest. If we haven't got it, it's a bit like this lockdown at the minute. And I know relationships have been struggling, mental health has been struggling. You know, and even Tina and I, we never argue. Even we got snappy with each other. You know, and it was just so out of character. You know, it really was. And if who's laughing at? If reviewing puts you in a spot where you can lose yourself within that, surely that's a good thing. That's better than a bottle of drink or gambling on a bingo site or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Lockdown. So, I mean, I've had to speak to Becca since March. It's like I've had to get to know her. I thought she was a big bird at one point. Like,
she don't work at Woolworths still, Mark. You got that wrong.
Did you know she was a scouser? She's Scouse.
Yes, Mother, you are right. Hello, Mother dearest.
Unicron, thank you very much. He's filled in Naturevape where applicable and TVP for the rest, and he left the rest blank.
So, Mark, have you got any news on the Tree V2?
At the minute, it's not going to happen. I'm definitely just not happy with it, and I've told them that. I've told them I'm not happy, and if we have to go back,
Just because of that airflow issue.
Yeah, I'm just not happy with the whole tank, Mark, and I've said it time and time again. If it's not right, I'm not going to put my name to it. I'm not going to release it.
What have they said about it?
I don't think they're very happy, to be honest, because they've spent a lot of time and money on it, and you know, with me. But it's you can't just press ahead with something. I mean, we'll go back to a car analogy. British Leyland pressed ahead with the Metro because they'd gone so far, and they tried to say it's great. It's the worst car on four wheels, wasn't it?
Well, what number prototype is it?
Sorry?
What number prototype is it?
3. And it's just not. It's not coming. You know, and I know when something is right, and you think, yeah, I'm happy with this. This is good. Then it goes. But I'm not giving up on the whole idea.
Yeah, well, there's more pressure being a V2 as well.
Yeah, but I'm not at the same time having people say, "Well, that's worse than the version 1" or anything like that, or no better than. It's got.
You don't want me saying that, Marky Mark.
I don't want anyone saying it. I don't want me believing it either. It's got to come from the heart, doesn't it? And it's got to be right. It's got to be right. Otherwise, I'm not doing it. As simple as that. I mean, to be blunt, you know, Mark, you release a product, you might as well put your head up high in the air and let people slap you, because they're going to, however good or bad it is. And you do have to have thick skin. You do have to. And you know, if you believe the product's good, you can breeze all that away and say, "Oh, you're entitled to your opinion."
Yeah, ultimately, let's say you release a product and 80% of the people love it, and you get that 20% who can't stand it. Then for me, that's an absolute win.
Yeah, that's a win.
You've done fucking amazing. You've done amazingly well there, which I felt with the FP was like an 80-20 split, or maybe a 75-25. So that was an absolute.
The main thing was, Mark, you liked it and you believed in it, and that's the difference. If I released the True Pro 2 or the True Pro as it sits, I wouldn't be able to do my unboxing and go, oh, lovely. I just wouldn't. So what's the point? I'm not doing it. I'm not.
Think of that dollar, Mark. Come on.
No. People think you make a fortune when you do this. You don't. I mean, the True Tank just wiped its face, basically. It didn't really make any money. You know, and the Nest is going to be the same. That is not my motivation for doing it at all.
Well, this is my motivation for doing this tank.
Is it?
Mark, look at TVP. From the FP, he was only
If
buying
I don't make $5 to $10,000, if I don't make $5,000 to $10,000 with this tank, I'll be fucking good.
See, I explained this the other week. If you've got a certain amount of subscribers, you will earn an amount of money per tank sold. And if that tank is really good and it sells loads, you will earn decent money, what you just said. But I don't do it like that because I haven't got that many subscribers. I have to get right in with them, develop it with them, design it with them, pay for a lot with them, pay as I go with it.
Yeah.
Get the thing developed and then commit to buy a lot of them. Otherwise, I won't take you seriously and go from there.
Yeah, and that doesn't mean I'm going to release shit because my tank's going to be perfect.
No. I wouldn't think for a minute it does.
One of my main motivations is to make fucking money because I got shafted on the FP. I want to make a few fucking quid. Why not?
You made nothing on the FP.
Not 1 penny.
Not 1 penny. Yeah. And a lot of people don't.
Into your car, into your house.
A lot of people don't make. A lot of the Chinese companies will say, we'll give you 50 cents on every sale. That money never actually comes through.
Yeah, we've agreed on a price already, which I was more than fucking happy with. So
I think $9 a sale, Mark. It's heavy.
I better tell them to cancel that 10 then. How much does a best-selling RDA RTA make the drop or insert, for example? So the likes of Mike Vape Rufus will be getting maximum $1.50 per tank sold. That's maximum. I think when Billy the original Dead Rabbit, he got $1 per dead rabbit sold, and he made $700,000.
Really?
Just short on the Dead Rabbit V1.
You need to get your internet sorted out, Mark.
It is lagging.
Right.
I don't know why. It is lagging, but it seems worse when there's more people on it. Perhaps that's my. It shouldn't be.
Not you, Mark. The other Mark.
Oh, the other Mark. Right.
TVP.
Excuse me. I am fucking tethered. I'm wired into my PC.
Oh, it's not. That's the problem.
Mr. Bird.
I said internet, not Wi-Fi.
TVP should team up with Fagan. I can't see you teaming up with anyone, to be honest, Mark.
Well, I don't play well with other humans.
Were you the one at school always been told to play nicely?
Well, I don't like people. I'm not a people person. Unless you're like my good friend, I just don't. I don't play nice with other people.
Dead silence.
I always think I should probably elaborate there, shouldn't I? I always think people have got like agendas and stuff like that. I can never fully trust people. You know what I mean?
Well, unfortunately, quite a lot of people have, but I think at some point, I mean, how can I put this nicely? No, or put it correctly, but not. You had a difficult upbringing, shall we say? And I think you're probably more tuned into that than most would be. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I mean, all right, we'll put this out there. I don't tell many people this. I was told by my father as a child I was thick as two short planks. I was a yob. I was never going to amount to anything. I was thick. I was stupid. I was wrong. All the negative, downtrodden things you could have. And to get beyond that takes some doing sometimes. And, we all get there. We all get those obstacles. We have to cross. And because of that, sometimes when someone does have a pop at you, I'm not saying the fist is clenched, but it is a bit. Do you know what I mean? You're a bit more sparry to that negativity. I'll leave it at that. But can you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot does come from earlier life.
Well, it gets ingrained into you, doesn't it? Like, you know, if
Yeah.
somebody like your parents let you down, you know, somebody who's supposed to be there for you and look after you and nurture you, if they let you down, then how can you trust anyone?
Exactly.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
So I just have real fucking trust issues, man. Unless I get to know you and get close to you, I might be a bit of a dick.
Bet.
But I think that is your defense mechanism. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, probably. A lot of people have said that. More than likely it is.
Yeah. Bill says, be interesting to see the new RTA mark. Yeah, okay, I probably will one day. Let's let the dust settle, and perhaps, I mean, the people, it wouldn't be fair at the minute to the people I've been designing it with to do that, but probably, Bill, I will do. Yep, will do.
So what would you do? Go to a new company, show them Prototype 3 and go, not happy with this, we change this, and this?
Funny thing is, Mark, I've had two more, and I'm not saying I'm going to take them up on it, but I've had, because of the Nest, I've had two more companies come to me and say, will you work with us? And that to me speaks volumes about something I've done.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a nice thing, isn't it? That's a lovely thing. But I haven't, I've got enough on the go at the minute without doing it. And I'm a loyal person as well. I wouldn't, the people I have been working with, I want to give them a fair crack before I just drop them and move somewhere else. So at the minute, things are unresolved, shall we say?
He's got further to go than to get a beer.
Sorry, Kira?
I was just going to say, so what's next on the Naturevape train? Like,
well, there was always going to be, because of the True Tank, which was usually one fairly close, because of that, there was, I didn't know if you knew, but there was always going to be a second version of a mouth to lung of that, and that's probably more my vaping style anyway. I think the net probably surprised a few people that I came out with that, because I do have a direct lung still most nights, but it's my daily, during the day, out and about, is a mouth to lung.
Yeah, I think next should be a Naturevape TVP project.
You want to work with me?
I do want to work with you, Mark, yeah.
I think we'd get on just fine, actually. I think my alcohol consumption might go up.
Yeah, more than likely, but I think we'd make something fucking perfectly splendid.
Yeah, let's celebrate. We did that yesterday. Let's do it again.
Perfectly splendid.
I am a bit behind. We're on nails with Zophie. Yes, I am a bit behind. Sorry, folks. It's not smoke. Some reviewers are scared to say something is shit in case they don't get sent any more free stuff. There is a point to that as well. That is very true.
There's a point in that, but it's. I think that's slightly unfair, because what it is, it's a lot of reviewers hovering around the 1,000 sub mark maybe. Once they start getting some stuff in for review, because don't forget, a lot of these reviewers shell out a lot of money first, which they do.
Yeah.
Once they start getting some free stuff in, what they don't have to pay for, they don't want to rock the boat, do they? They don't want to upset the apple cart. So rather than giving their true full opinion, they'll skirt around a couple of issues, which I don't agree with. But it is what it is. It's the nature of the beast, unfortunately.
Temporary thing as well, isn't it? I mean, if that was the case, Jay Hayes wouldn't get sent anything, would he?
Well, Jay was never like he was now. Never. Trust me.
Even
Jay was the polar opposite of what he is right now.
I get very little sent to me, but I just review something that I find. I don't care if I rock the boat, upset somebody, or whatever. It's as long as I can turn around and watch that review and go, that was my honest opinion on that, then I'm happy. Whether it's
I was quite lucky with a lot of companies. Not a lot of companies, but some companies would send me pre-sale stuff and say, "Tell us what you think of this." do you think anything could be changed or so I was quite lucky in that regard. Where you could give some positive feedback and say, look, this really isn't working or that's not working. And they would 9 times out of 10 they would listen to you and implement them changes. It was really, really good. They'd come back and say, look, you and 9 others have said exactly the same thing. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I was just reading Tina's comment. Women don't need to have their boobs out. The thumbnail is her with the top on. Bless her. She's right though. It's quite true. And yes, Scott's right. Sex sells. We know that as well. So, but there are 2 sides to that. 2 sides. Yeah,
Well, look at Pandora.
Don't look at Jesus. I mean, you know what I mean? We're, us handsome dudes, don't we, Sal?
Well, you tried getting your kit off, Mark, didn't you? Did it up your subs?
No, I lost about 1,000 actually. That night when I dressed as Frankenfurter, it did not go well for me.
Oh dear.
Or the Christmas bubbles.
Oh, that Christmas special when my balls fell out on Vic's channel. To be fair, that weren't my fault. That was the underwear.
Oh yeah, you had a gonad exposure, didn't you?
Yeah.
And we've seen his ass more times than McCartan mentioned.
Yeah. Normally getting up to go and get something. I'll send them all. If Roy took his shirt off, no one would notice. What about that? We've hit that time, folks. Where's that gone? I just happened to glance up at the time, and it is 4 minutes. I think it was Daniel. I got down to Daniel's message of. Let's put it on the screen.
Hey, Mark, let me ask you something. What happened to? Where's Jay tonight? Where is he?
Well, bit of a mistake on my part, really, because there was me thrown out to all and sundry. Pop on the show, yeah, it'd be great. And then I thought I can only get 4 on, so I made a bit of a mistake. Jay will be here next week. He was doing a bit of painting tonight anyway, but he'll be here next week. Sorry?
He was in chat.
He was in chat, was he? I missed him. Sorry, Jay. I missed your comment. I do apologise. But yeah, he'll be here next week.
Not the only fucker you miss, is it? Jesus.
Harsh, and he's harsh. I don't care. Rufus, Mark Naturevape, any shiny things to show us? I haven't really got any new shiny stuff. That Cthulhu was new. We discussed. I have got. I touched on it earlier. I've got a new product being sent to me, which I hoped was going to be here today, but it's not. But it'll be here for next week. It's nothing to do with me. I've no involvement, but it's the Penadat version 2. So it's their brand new one coming out.
What is that?
Penat is a mouth to lung, Mark. It's a bit more sort of high end, I suppose they
Todd reviews type style end.
It's that kind of thing.
Oh, you and Todd again like that, yeah. Like, oh.
Well, they sent, the makers sent me a couple last time, and I passed one over and reviewed the other one myself, and they're sending me a couple this time as well. So, because they
Mark, do not send me one. All right, stop it.
I know you don't like your mouth to lung, so that's fair. No, I think I've got in my head where that one's going, but I shall have a look at the first one. Interested to see it though. What was the other one? The Spicker. It's a bit like the Spicker. Matt, you know the Spicker?
Yeah.
I'm wasted, mate. I'm wasted, honestly.
A bit like that. Wasted. Giving Mark. Well, you like your K-Fun, don't you? Your Ed Zachary and.
Well, I have to vape motor lung at work. I had to actually pull out the Kizoku Limit fucking motor lung tank because I've boxed everything up. So it's all boxed up at Mum's, so I need to go over and pull out a nice motor lung tank.
So, Swirling Monk, I think that's advice for you, Kira. Choose what channel to be first. Comedy, professional, niche, high-end, informative, abstract, call out, and or a mixture of all, and go from there.
I think I might just start hiding like this in my jumper.
The faceless reviewer.
Oh, just be a cunt like me. That works.
What's that, Mark?
Just be a cunt like me. That works.
Right. Well, I don't. If I've missed your comments,
And on that C-bomb, we're off.
I do apologize. Yeah, you shouldn't do that, Mark, on here. You know.
I apologize.
Mankini nutshot. Yeah, that was it. Splendid. Okay, would we all like to say our goodbyes and good nights? Let's go the other way round this time. Let's start with Kira. Ladies first.
I won't go that far. Get back in your box, Chandler. No, thanks for having me, Mark. It is much appreciated. And again, thank you for coming on board as a sponsor for the Misfits. Thank you for chat for getting involved the way you have. And to everybody in this room tonight, thank you for the chat and for the advice that you've given. It's much, much appreciated. Am I all right to say it again, Mark?
Oh, is this your little spiel? I like this, yeah.
If anybody is late in and doesn't know what we are, me and Matt are part of the Vaping Misfits, and we talk about all things mental health and hidden disability, illness, however you want to put it. And we are every Sunday at 9:30 p.m. So please come say hello. You know, we don't bite on a Sunday. So yeah. Fuck it, I'm going to say it anyway. From my nut to your nut, it's all right to be a Fruit Loop in a world full of Cheerios.
It wouldn't have been you without it. I was waiting for it. There's no peeve, though, not on this show. But
no, it's all right. I'm restraining myself.
I haven't watched it the other night, but I will. Mad.
Now, the one the other night was actually quite tame.
Was it?
Yeah. You'd be quite amazed, actually. You don't need to turn your speakers down for this one.
Oh, right. Okay.
Although it was excessively rare.
It was rare?
Excessively rare.
Oh.
Like David Attenborough finding a unicorn shitting in the woods.
Okay.
She admitted that she fucked up. That's what basically.
Oh, okay.
So that's worth it. But yeah, thank you for having us on again, Matt. That's much appreciated. Nice. Yeah, if people want to come over and see the Misfits, more than welcome, more than merrier to come over and watch us. Yeah, that's on Sunday. So yeah, thanks for having us on again, mate. It's been much appreciated.
More than welcome. Thank you for popping on. Yeah, it's a nice little show, the Misfits. Sunday night, 9:30. Just go on YouTube and type Misfits and your Misfits Vaping, you'll probably find it. The Misfits.
Sponsored by?
Sponsored by Vape. Way you go, Mark. You're next in line. We can't tell them to watch your show because you don't have one. Billy no mates.
Oh, me? Oh, fucking hell. I'm watching out there like fucking bastards. All right, yeah. Thanks for having me on again, Mark. Much appreciated. Sure, I'll show my face again very, very soon. Don't forget hashtag TVP 2021. Keep that fucking shit going. This motherfucker back with a vengeance. And who knows? Maybe we'll say it's only banter, mate, again. But quite possibly.
I'm sure there'll be a Christmas show.
I think all the people we offend on It's Only Banter have headed over to Misfits to recover. Quite frankly.
You know.
I wondered how you got 4,000 people watching your show.
We're not.
Thanks for having me on. Thank you, Kira. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Roy. Always a pleasure to see Roy. Thank you, Mark. Don't forget to check out the Vaping Misfits, 9:30 p.m. on a Sunday. Very worthwhile show. Don't ever ask me to come on, though, do they? Bastards.
Well, we'll see.
Play your cards, right?
I shouldn't have to play my cards. Right?
You know why, don't you, Mark? Because you've been a very naughty boy.
That was a joke, by the way. I am a very, 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 very naughty boy.
Roy, say good night.
Well, thanks for having me on, Mark. Good to see Matt and Miss Chandler. And also the surprise of seeing TVP on tonight. It's good to see that little cherub cheeks again.
I'm getting a fat face.
Little cherub cheeks. It's nice to see you've got your beard under control.
I know, I've had a trim.
Well, having you under control.
It is going into my fucking mouth.
Yeah, I don't have a show, so I just pump it up with you. But yeah, don't forget 9:30, the Misfits, the vaping Misfits. Go and give them a little view and subscribe if you're not already subscribed to them. And if you're not already subscribed to Mark, Naturevape, get subscribed and give him a thumbs up as well.
And yourself, give yourself a plug. Come on.
I thought you meant me then.
No. Roy, you give yourself a plug.
No, not worry about me. Never worry. I'm dead on.
I forgot to say as well, TVP sponsored by.
All right, okay, my turn. Roy's reviews. Watch Roy's reviews. Go and give him a little look. He's a top fella, and it was his recommendation. The Unicorn. It's a very good mod. Yeah, thanks everyone. Everyone in chat again tonight. Super. We had a bit of fun tonight. It's been a bit of a smiley face on what's the testing times, and I suppose next week we'll have a new president as well. God help us. What's going to happen there? But okay, until next time, thanks for watching. Take care. See you soon. Oh, and thank you, Spanners. Didn't thank my Spanners. Thank you, guys. Bye.
Bye.